All right, here's mixture problems and percent mixture problems. And again, there are so many variations of this problem, but this is a basic one. I need to be probably given credit, but I'll do that in the credits so that everybody knows where it came from. So I did just pull this out of a college algebra text. So a chemist mixes an 11% hydrochloric acid solution with a 6% hydrochloric acid solution. How many milliliters of each solution should the chemist use to make a 600 milliliter solution that is 8% hydrochloric acid? So again, you really need to pause the video, reread this question, try to pencil some stuff out on your own, so that you have some ownership of what's going on here. Don't just blindly listen to what I do. So, but here it goes. So on this one, on this particular problem, I'm going to come up with some variables. There's lots of ways probably to solve this. And it'd be neat to hear in your comments. I mean, comment to me if you come up with your own method of solving this. I think that's exciting when there's 100 different ways to solve one problem. Don't ever think of what I'm showing you is the only way to do it. So first off, I'm going to define some variables. I'm going to let the variable E represent the amount of 11% solution we use. Hydrochloric, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Okay, and I'm going to let S represent the amount in milliliters of 6% solution. And you know, I use E because that's 11 and S because that's 6. So, you know, use whatever you want. Use X and Y, whatever. I get sick of using X and Y. And I'm going to set up two equations here. I'm going to set up an equation for the total amount of solution we need. And then I'm going to set up an equation for the total amount of hydrochloric acid we need. So total solution, you know, you kind of think about it. Well, E and S are the total amount of solution of each kind. So, I'm sorry, don't mean to put an equal sign there, kind of maybe a dash. So my total solution equation would be this. The amount of E plus the amount of S of 6% solution has to be 600 milliliters. Not that you need the deal, but it's good, or the label, but it's good to have it there. Okay, then I'm going to set up a total hydrochloric acid solution. I've got two variables, so you need two equations. And there's ways of doing this without the two equations, but to me, it makes the most sense to do it this way. So total hydrochloric acid solution. So in terms of a total hydrochloric acid solution, we know that to get, you know, if you had, say, 100 milliliters of the 6% solution, that would be 100 times 0.06, or 6 liters. You know, you'd have 6 milliliters, excuse me, of hydrochloric acid in that. And if you had 100 milliliters of the 11%, the E, that would be, you know, 0.11 times 100, which would be 11. Which would be 11. So using that same, we don't know how much we have of each. But we do know that it would be 0.11 E plus 0.06 S, and that has to equal 48 milliliters of hydrochloric acid. Now here's where, if you're in a classroom and the professor throws up a number that you don't know where the hell it came from, you need to ask. Raise your hand, ask what's going on. And where I got this 48, maybe you already know, but I took 600 times what we're looking for, which is an 8% solution. So 600 times 0.08 is going to be 48. All right. So now that I have these two equations, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use what's a method that's called the substitution method. And I'm going to solve the top equation for E. So we know E plus S equals 600. So if you solved for E, you'd subtract the S over. And so I know that E is equal to 600 minus S. Okay? It's kind of the simplest equation to solve for, so why not? Now, what you're going to do is take that 600 minus S, since you know it's the same as E, and plug it in for E in the other equation. So now my equation becomes 0.11 600 minus S plus 0.06 S has to be 48 milliliters. All right. So then now it's just a matter of back to 8th grade algebra. Distribute through, and so 0.11 times 600, 0.11 times 600 is 66 minus 0.11 S plus 0.06 S equals 48. 66 can be subtracted over. We're going to get a negative number. I don't really like that, but that's can't be avoided right now without flipping things around. So that would be 8 minus 6. Whoops, I went the wrong direction. Yeah, common error. Not a 2. Not a 2. It's 66 minus 48, and that would be negative 18. Got caught up in the moment. And 0.11 negative S plus 0.06 S, opposite signs you subtract and take the sign of the bigger, which is negative, so it would be negative 0.05 S. Then you would divide by negative 0.05. And so we know that S, which is our 6% solution, is going to be 360 milliliters. And so in order to find, we know that there's 600 total, so 600 minus 360 milliliters leaves us 240 of the 11 milliliter solution. So if you mix 240 milliliters of 6% hydrochloric acid solution with 360 milliliters of 11% hydrochloric acid solution, you will obtain 8%. You will obtain, lost my train of thought, 600 milliliters of 8% hydrochloric acid solution. So again, it's good to write that final solution down. What did you have? What does your answer mean? Not just 360, comma, what was it, 240, comma, write down what's going on there. And so that's how I would solve these mixture problems. So good luck. I hope this helps you, and see you next time.